I got my new thing imported. I got the Christian Dior. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford it. Look what I did with the bag. Look what I did with the bag. I got the thing in the back, and I ain't taking no chat. I got my new thing imported. I got the Christian Dior. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford.
Follow us on Instagram at Express Truth Show.
Unfiltered, people. We're back up in the building. Express Truth Show, making Thursdays great again. And before we do anything else today, Patreon crew, big up yourself. Spotify crew, big up yourself. YouTube crew, you already know what to do, man. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. Also, people, head over to the Clips channel. We are very, very, very active on there. So head over to the Clips channel and subscribe to that immediately, man. So, all right, let's get straight into things today. Stephen, what are you saying, man?
Yo, making Thursdays great again, never late again. So Dynamic Duo, man, back in full effect, changing the world one Thursday at a time. The greatest show on earth, your favorite podcast. And we're here for another episode of After Hours, man. Or is it Truth Tellers?
Unfiltered.
Or is it the Sunday stream? Or is it Unfiltered? My bad, G. You know you have so much blood class, sure. You know you have full creative control. You can't remember where you had to write it, you know.
Exactly.
Remember, so no brand can drop me, you know. Oh, I am the blood clot brand. We are said that.
That's what it's about, man. It's all about ownership. It's all about creative control. Some man might not think that's important, you know, until it becomes important. Because you know what it is? Just before we even get into it, Stephen, you know what it is? There's two sides of it, you know. When you haven't got control and things are going good, you don't care. But when you've got control and things start to go good, then you care. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these men don't seem to understand that. They must not believe in their brand, you know. That's what I think. They don't believe in their brand. That's what I think.
Nah, it's not even that. You have to remember, Mark. It could possibly be that. Let me not say that. But you also have to remember, sorry to cut you off. You have to recall that what's easier, Mark? We'll use this analogy. What's easier? Me rent a yard from you or me build my own yard?
Rent.
Exactly. And that's what people are doing in this creative space. It's easier for me to hitch myself to this bandwagon than start my own. Because then me have to learn how to build engine and them, yeah, and then me have to learn how to connect them, and then I need to know how to get the speed up, and you know what I'm trying to say?
Facts.
Like, if people can take the cheat code in life, or not so much a cheat code, or the easier option, they're gonna take it, man.
Yeah, real talk, man. Real talk. Just before we even start, man, what are you saying? How's the week been?
It's been fandabidozy, man. Talking
Anything
like one
new?
of them. A few things are new still, you know. A few things are new, you know. Well, I don't really want to shut down the internet right now, but a few things have come in. There's some more things to come in, but there's a few, yeah. People are seeing it. Just follow the Instagram, man. You soon see things.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Follow us on Instagram, man. Superman91 without the A and Express Truth Show. Follow that. We're active. So, all right. To start this week, yeah, I definitely want to go back into Young Philly. Now, not necessarily that there has been no bag of new updates or nothing like that, because, of course, it's an ongoing investigation. Everyone's making videos and things like that. But for me, where I'm focused on right now until the trial in that case is all of these brands, Stephen. Foot Asylum, German Doner Kebab, Sky Sports. No, not Sky Sports. The FA. Heinz. All of the people that produce his Gymshark. The people that produce his podcast with Chunkz. All of these brands, Stephen, have either cancelled their relationship with him or paused their relationship with him. Now, some people might say, well, of course, they can't associate their brand with a guy who is being charged for these heinous acts. But people, it has not gone through a due process just yet. So, what kind of precedents are we setting? Let's take away young Philly, completely take away young Philly, yeah? Because I know that my man's not really flavor of the month anyway. So, we won't even use him as an example.
Okay.
But let's just take Exhibit A. A man starts to build popularity through social media, ends up building a career for himself, ends up making a living for himself, and he comes across someone who feels like that they were not treated the way they should have been treated by this individual. So, based on what we're seeing going on now in today's world, so someone can just say, he done A, B, or C to me, whatever the heinous act may be. And you can actually lose it all before being proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
Is that the correct terminology, Stephen? Or have I watched too much CSI?
Yeah, I watched too much movie, but it's still right.
Beyond reasonable doubt. So what you're saying to me, when I'm looking at it, it's making me say to myself, you know what? If I was any of them guys, like them influencers and them guys who have got brand deals, this, that, and the third, Stephen, I think I'm that sheltered, yeah, at that point. Like, I'm that scared of people that you don't hear my name called in nothing. That's how most men should be moving, but
Like
some may say you're paranoid, though. Some may say it's paranoia.
Nah, man, you can never be too protective of the investment. You know what I mean? They say you don't know what you got till it's gone, man, and that's literally what young Philly's dealing with right now. You want me to jump in, or you still?
Yeah, man, come true.
Okay. What do I think about the situation? Do I feel like he should lose his deals? In that regard, I don't know. I can't say on that regard. I'm going to try and answer it from the perspective of the businesses, yeah? These companies, these organizations. I'm not going to lie, Mark, I would do the same thing. I would distance myself from you because I know we still have to go through the judicial system. I know it still has to go through a court of law. You have to be judged by a jury of your peers, all of that stuff. But for something as heinous as this, any kind of assault on a woman, particularly sexual, you can't be linked to my thing. And even afterwards, if you end up bossing case, as the youth say, so if it ends up being you found innocent, insufficient evidence, etc., whatever the case may happen, whichever way the case goes, I'm still not going to bring you back because, like we said on last week's show, you can't wash off the stench of accused rapist. Look at Mark, another example. Benjamin Mendy's still going through it, bro.
What you mean he's still going through it? I thought all that got cleared.
He got cleared, but there's still the asterisk over his name because I think there was some drama during, like, I think they've gone back. You know, like them mans were doing things during COVID and all of that.
Yeah.
So obviously it wouldn't have been him by himself. And he even said it. He goes, it wasn't just me. He didn't call any names, but he said, there was numerous other players who were out breaking the rules and everything. The only difference is my teammates weren't falsely accused of rape. He said it himself. And it's the truth. Yeah. You're always going to have an asterisk over. You're always going to have a shadow over your head. Doesn't matter what you do.
Real talk.
People don't care because I've noticed, especially we look, I know I'm kind of on the back end of it, but we're in this 2024 Me Too and all of this stuff. So people don't care about the judicial system unless you're found guilty. Even if it gets thrown out, in the eyes of whoever's in support of that or modern day feminists, etc., you still did it. You look the type. Nah, it doesn't matter. He still did it. Prevention's better than cure, man. Just keep your way away from that kind of nonsense, man.
I definitely agree. I'm on the fence. I'm on the side of the fence that prevention's better than cure because right now we already see that logic has gone out the window.
Big time.
Let me just present something to you then, yeah?
Go on.
Let's say young Philly gets found innocent.
Yes.
Like they say, yo, my man's innocent. He didn't do this. Now, what is in place to stop another person accusing a man falsely of this? Now, of course, we do not know whether young Philly is guilty or not. I'm just presenting a scenario. I'm saying, let's say it turns out that young Philly is actually innocent and he did not do the things that he's being accused of. How is the next man protected? Because, Stephen, the climate we're living in now, we're living at a point in time where it's every few weeks that you hear another one. Like, it's young Philly right now, but in the matter of, I'd say,
There'll be another one next month, man.
by Christmas, New Year's, there'll be another major case. So how do we stop desensitizing ourselves? Or that's the wrong way to describe it, actually. How do we stop false accusers coming forward that are taken away from real victims? Because it's almost like, I know we're fed up and this name is actually starting to be overused now in the world. But let's look at that Diddy case, yeah? That started out really, 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 really serious, and everyone was saying, yo, my man did this, my man did that. And now, because every day, Stephen, there's a different accuser, like said, oh, this happened, that happened. Now you found out that one of them actually was lying altogether. I feel like it hurts real victims, you know. Because now when you see that stuff, like, I don't know about you, but like with me, when I see it, I'm like, I'll just I'll just scroll past. Because I'm like, it's always something else. Like, it's always some different art from 20 years ago, from 25 years ago.
Not to put you, G.
Yeah, man.
It didn't go anywhere, but someone called out Chris Brown the other day, and all the comments were like, nah, you're lying. He'd never touched you and all of that. Like, people weren't believing it. Breezy got called out, but it didn't go anywhere because it didn't gather any steam. Every day there's a new one. There'll be someone else next month, bro. There'll be someone else next month.
And the thing is, if these people, let's say it was a thing where these folks were, let's say like it was like 5 for 5, like, yo, 5 men have been called up and 5 men have been found guilty, but it's not that. Like, you hear these mad like stories come out, and then you don't hear nothing else on the back end. Let's say that the person is found innocent, it don't get anywhere near as much coverage as the initial case. So when we go back to Benjamin Mendy, that case was
huge.
Social media, in
until
the
he
press.
got cleared.
Once he got cleared, it was like 1 or 2 stories, and that was it. But that man still has to live on. You know how much people would not have seen the stories that he was innocent, or the stories that he got he got proven not guilty, or whatever the case may be. Like, it's starting to take away from real victims. Now, I'm not saying with this young Philly situation, I've always thought that you had to be proven guilty before you were cancelled. Now, I know people will say, oh, you can't get the stench off you. But now it's not even that you can't get the stench off you. Like, the accusation is enough to ruin you. So any of these guys at the top, they have to really be looking at this and taking note, you know. Matter of fact, what am I talking about? Any man, full stop, who doesn't have it in his nature to commit heinous acts or none of that, he should know how to move more than ever right now. Meaning, and I know, because some people are taking this thing the wrong way when we say that you need a consent and all of that. What I mean by the consent is, at least that would take away the blurred lines. So for me, like, you keep hearing about, like, yo, this girl went to this brother's hotel at 2 a.m. in the morning. Now, what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what we want to say, you know. The reality is, in that world, there is going to always be groupies and fooling about, and men who have fame, who may not have got girls before, and are now enjoying their fame by way of getting girls and all of that, yeah? Like, that is standard in showbiz. That's been going on for years. So you can't expect a man not to partake in these things. Like, a lot of these guys are young. A lot of them are immature, Stephen. Let's keep it real.
Facts.
Like, you can see through their content they're immature. Now, what I'm saying is, somewhere out there, yeah, there's a real victim who's afraid to speak. And they're afraid to speak because so many false victims keep coming out and desensitizing the masses to these heinous acts. To now, Stephen, it's at the point now where when someone's accused of something, unless there's actually evidence to come with it, most people are like, yo, I don't know if that person did it. And that is crazy to question someone who's saying that they've been, they've been abused or they've been beaten or whatever the case may be. But because there's so much false narratives and things of that nature, it's getting to the stage where we desensitize. And we're even at the point now where it don't even matter anyway. Like literally, any of them guys, you can be any one of these guys, like whether you're making money, whether you're not making money, all it needs now is the accusation. That's enough. Whereas before it could be like, yo, my man did this. All right, cool. I didn't do it, but I'm ready to defend myself in court. Now it's just, my man did this. All these brands, you gone, you finished. Now, if Philly gets found not guilty, that don't make nothing better in his life. That don't make nothing better because he's already lost everything in terms of he's already lost the momentum that he had built up. And once you've got that over your head, those articles that are online and things of that nature, they don't just all of a sudden start to disappear. Like your name is still associated with that. That's years down the line. Like it doesn't matter what you want to do or say. Your name will always be associated with a heinous act.
Okay, all right. Let me pull it on you. Let me pull it on you now. No, Diddy. If we're Express Truth, yeah. We're producing a show. We're backing a geezer who's on the payroll. He gets accused of rape publicly. I'm not gonna lie. I'd fire him. If you come to me and said, "Yo, Steve," I said he's gone. Because what I'm trying to say is, and people are gonna be like, "Nah, you can't do that. What if he's innocent?" I've already lost respect for you for even putting yourself in such a sticky situation. I know and before people go crazy, I know anyone can be accused at any time, but there's certain situations and positions that make it even more so that you're gonna do this. Like you're in a foreign country, you're supposed to be there promoting your things on tour. You want to have liquor fun. Like we said, you should have someone who travels with you then for those purposes. You should have a missus or just have a mainers who you travel with, knows what you like and you don't like. So you're not trying to go to other countries and all of that. And I know there's all of these things going through the rumor mill. But let things come out, man, and we'll see what happens. Because, and I don't even really want to talk on it, but I'm going to have to, Mark. There's TikToks and stuff going around like, oh yeah, the girl's meant to be a stripper and a sex worker and yada, yada, yada and all this. Maybe she is, but that doesn't... Even if you sell it, I hate to break it to you, but even if you sell your crutches for a living, you can still be raped,
Facts.
Like it's still, you know what I mean? It doesn't, the two don't cancel each other out. But I'm saying like this is the issue now because everyone can get on the internet and say whatever and it's taken as the truth because these people that we've never heard of, we've never seen in life. The only person I've seen who's broken it down with some bit of clarity and sense was Flacco was and even Flacco was saying, oh yeah, these people have no credibility and everything, and all of a sudden, Mark, everyone knows the girl and everyone's like, yeah, the friend says she's like, I'm saying are you all from Australia? How do you know her? And how do you know the friend? Like user tapped in more than the police. Like what's going on?
And again, it doesn't matter. It don't matter.
Send you to search for the criminals. Yeah, that part's true as well, man. Even Fresh and Fit didn't defend him. And the reason, and for those who get him butthurt over Chunkz saying he's not going to talk about it and stuff, apparently there's been whispers. I think Chunkz has said it like they ain't been close for years and all of that. People said, oh, the money changed, man, etc., etc. But those who have had interactions with him, those who have seemed to be close or were close to him, have all said he moves crazy with women. Now, I'm not trying to say that definitely equals you're capable of rape, but if those kind of rumors and track history are out there about you, then this kind of accusation comes up. No one is going to run to your defense. It coming like you, and no one could ever try to say, oh, yo, Kate did it. Nah, not in Augusta, blood.
They're not in Augusta. And that's the day it happened. Man, they're talking because man know. You just know a brother's character in it. But Stephen, it's like I always said this for years, man. There's two kind of man, you know, Stephen. You got certain man who overindulge, and then you got other brothers who don't indulge at all. And I'm saying, like, when I look at a man like Philly, it might have been where he started to come into this money. Excuse me. He started to harness little fame, and he's just gone crazy, and he's just chopping everything like the whispers that you're hearing, that he's just enjoying it a little too much. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm shocked that there's still man moving like that in today's world, because that's the easiest way to kill a man without killing him, you know. Like, literally, Stephen, you can see a man like that and say, yo, I'm gonna don that stance, you know. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send for something that he can't refuse. Pay her, because all these gal are about money anyway. And then when she lands in there, just say, yo, just say that my man tried to do a massacre, innit? That's it. I'm saying, like, why are we not speaking about that as well? Like, let's keep this thing 1,000. Like, there are different possibilities that this thing could be. It's not only that he may have raped her or he may not have raped her. There's bare things this could be. Remember, these men have turned down all kind of... Now, this is me just talking. I'm just throwing something out there to say. These kind of guys, Stephen, have turned down all kind of deals, yeah? Where a man's come and said, yo, this is on the table. Nah, I can't do it or whatever. Meaning that they may have enemies that they don't even know they got. Remember, my man's on tour in Australia. Now, I'm not saying that the brother's innocent. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, why don't we look at other possibilities? Like, it's crazy to me that before there's any clarity to the case, a man's already lost it all. So what's the point in him going to court or anything? Now, I get it. You're right, Stephen.
That part's literally just to escape jail time, isn't it, Mark?
Nah, facts. What you're saying is right, though. If it was a man that was working with us and you put yourself in that position, then we don't feel sorry for you. But legally, you can't just let someone go. Like, if you're working in a company, let's say you're working in McDonald's, and on night shift, a member of staff says, yo, this other member of staff done this to me, whatever the case may be. The manager of the branch cannot just fire that staff member. He can't do that. Legally, he cannot do that. He has to first suspend the person and then investigate the accusation. Now, if there is any validity to the accusation, then you're able to fire the person on that ground. But if there's no validity to the accusation, you cannot fire that person. So I'm saying these deals, they may not be as solid as you believe them to be. Because let me just give you an example. Go back years ago. So do you remember when Eric Cantona, that football player, done that attack on that fan? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
All right. He was signed to Nike at the time. Now remember, so whether them people were shouting abuse at him or whatever the rumors are, that person is a member of the public that paid their money to watch a football match. Now, when they pay the money, they're able to shout abuse and all of that. Now, it ain't right, but that's what football fans do. Now, Eric Cantona attacked a man. Like, we all know what happened. If you haven't seen it, go onto YouTube and watch the attack. Now, at the time, he was signed to Nike, which at the time, you know, Nike were on top of the world. They're still on top of the world, but in the sports world, Stephen, they were hot like fish grease at the time. They never dropped him. Not even pending investigation. Now, what I'm trying to say is, when you look at that legally, you think, yo, they can just drop him by just looking at what happened. Like, you can just see that he attacked a man. They didn't drop him. So what I'm saying is, in today's world with these men, they're being dropped just from the accusation. Now, again, I'm on the side of the fence, Stephen, that you're on. That side of the fence is, I don't feel sorry for you because you put yourself in that position. But how much man have got that common sense? Let's keep it real. Like, how much man have got that common sense to know, yo, I can get set up. Yo, someone can lie on me. You know, how much man can protect that? These guys think that they'll forever be on top. And you see that? Look, you see now that once the accusations come out, one by one, everyone just distance themselves. Even your own brethren come out, I can't really comment. And you go in the comments and people are like, oh, legally he can't say nothing. Yo, I'm telling you now, make that have been used, Stephen. There's not no lawyer in the world who could tell me. I'll be like, even if you word it away, like, I can't say too much. But what I do know is, my friend, that is not in his character. So I just want the public to give him due process and let the due process take its course, because I know my friend and I know that is out of his character. Now, if you listen to how I've worded that, I haven't said you're innocent and I haven't said you're guilty. What I've did is been a friend and made it so that other people give you the grace that you deserve. Now, these duos, all these man coming up with these names for duos and all that, you ain't no dynamic duo. Because if you're not, you can't just be a dynamic duo on camera.
Dynamic dickheads, more like.
You know what I mean? You man ain't moving official off camera. If that's your brethren and you lot have came in this thing and you lot have made money together and that's your friend, you lot eat from the same pot. There's not a lawyer walking this earth, Stephen, that could tell me not to defend my brethren.
Facts,
and even if a man said, legally, you heard how I just worded it? You could word it like that.
Exactly.
Like people, but instead man's come out, I don't know. That's because you probably don't know. So if I don't know,
this is what I'm saying, because they're saying the man's got traits, brother.
I've heard.
I'm saying traits. I googled this while man was talking.
Yeah, man.
No, an employee should not be fired solely because they've been accused of a crime, including rape, in the UK. But then it goes on to say there must be a clear link between the allegation and the potential for damage to the business's reputation for a dismissal to be fair. So so they can get rid of it. Well, remember, it's the first part says no, but then the bullet point
gives it clarity.
Yeah, it gives it clarity. So they'll be moving under that basis, Mark. They'll be able to say, there's a clear link between the allegation and the potential to hurt our business's rep.
That makes sense. Then all I'd say is this. Then, and I'm saying, let me say it now on this episode. So for me, if you know that as a man, you need to move proper, and that's it. Now, all I'm saying is this: like, I don't know how much different crutches a man wants, Stephen. Like, I'm not saying a man can't get a bit excited at certain points in life, but just find something official.
You've never even smelt a woman in real life. I swear.
That's what I'm saying. Because find somebody who's official, and pour into that person. I'm not saying you have to get married and all of that. I'm not saying that, but pour into that person.
You want everything and every man.
Yeah, and then you bring in things back, and then remember. The picture, the imagery, I'm going to just say it like this. Mm-hmm. The imagery that I'm seeing of the alleged victim, Stephen, in Australia, it's going to be difficult for my man, in a court of law. That's all I'm saying. In a court of law, for him to stand up and for her to stand up, he's going to struggle to get a not guilty on that.
Why is it a blonde?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And all she has to do is turn on the waterworks. That's all I'm saying. So any man who keeps finding himself, if you find yourself in that position, what can I say?
Can't say nothing there.
It's like a lot of men just are happy to lose their credibility, are happy to damage their brand. It's strange, man. It's strange to me.
Yeah, the weirdos, man. The weirdos. But anyway, fuck my man anyway. Yeah, I wanted to say that on here before anyone asked me why. Because there's rumours that man was checking. If it's true, fuck my man anyway. I don't give a shit what the verdict is. They're saying that when my man was 25, he's drawing for 17-year-olds, fam.
Damn. See what I'm saying?
Like, girl was showing Snapchat video in his yard and that he's playing her tunes and all that. If that is the case, fuck my man, fam.
Yeah, that's
Someone should
crazy.
spit in your face, fam.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't want to hear that. Oh, it's legal. Make that be your little sister then, dickhead.
Yeah, that's crazy. If man's on them things, well, we're about to see. We're about to see, man. We're about to see. So that's that. So all right, let's switch into our next topic. Kyle Walker. No, now we're gonna go straight to the mainstream press for this one.
Go
The Tribune. The Tribune. This is coming from. Okay, so English footballer Kyle Walker served divorce papers by wife amid scandal. Kyle Walker's wife, Annie, has reportedly served the England footballer with divorce papers, marking the latest chapter in their tumultuous relationship. According to sources, Kilner, who's 31, has begun legal proceedings to end their marriage, seeking half of Walker's 27 million fortune. The couple's relationship has been strained following Walker's love child scandal with Instagram influencer Lauren, with tensions rising in recent months. A source revealed Kyle was stunned when he received the papers. They're discussing next steps, but this could be Annie showing her strength. Walker, who is 34, and Kilner were childhood sweethearts, separated last year after it was revealed that Walker fathered a second child with Goodman. The Manchester City star admitted to making idiot choices, but the couple remained together for a long time. I'm adding words to the article, people. The couple remained together for a time, even welcoming their fourth child in April. We don't even need to hear no more of that. We don't even need to hear no more of that. Okay, I'm just going to say it like this year, because even when I seen this story today, I was like, this ain't express truth material. But I said, nah, man, let's discuss it, because she's going after the 27 million. Two ways you can look at this. So, Kyle Walker, I just believe that these ballers need to know what they're doing. Meaning, if you know you're not going to be faithful to the girl, if you know that you need multiple women, don't get married. Straight like that. There's not even too much to dissect. Don't get married, because here what? No matter how they want to talk about this was his childhood sweetheart and A, B, or C, these women are not stupid. And if you want to play in their face, they will get you where it hurts. And that's in your pocket. Now remember this, 27 million fortune, My man's 34, which means on a good day, you might get another 4 more years in you in football. On a bad day, you've got another 2. See what I'm saying? So you have to think to yourself, half of everything that you've worked for, down the drain. Down now, okay, you might say, oh well, he put it on himself. I agree, he did, but don't get married, because look now, and imagine that stress and knowing, the girl's gonna come in and take half of everything you've worked for. And you know what? The maddest thing, I'll tell you straight, certain man won't say it, but I'll keep it 1,000. It's going to be a Joe Bloggs who's enjoying that. So it's going to be a next man. Imagine Steven. Next man. Now keep it real. A next man. Because look, let's get the girl back up on the picture. Yeah? Let's get the girl back up on the picture now. That's a lot of brothers type. Hey, my type. But it's a lot of these brothers type out here. So a next man's gonna be enjoying that bread. That's the part that bothers me. Like you've completely and utterly gave away the wealth. This is what I mean by all these ballers. When man will be like, yo, these ballers are killing it and A, B, or C. I'm like, probably, but a lot of their money's gone straight out the community. All that generational wealth gone, man. All for nothing, all because a man can't keep it in his pants. So for me, It's mental. Any upcoming baller, let's say I had a son who was a baller, I'd say to him, yo, first of all, don't live like that anyway, because we ain't promoting that. But if you're not ready, son, you're not ready. Too much of these men are marrying gal from young. I think it was the Spanish brother the other day. You know, the black brother who plays for Spain.
Yeah.
My man got married. He's like 19 or something. I'm like, yo, what you doing? Like that month, like you make any mistakes. I said it on one of the shows. Any mistake, that girl's taking everything. He ain't got much of a case here, Stephen, because 4 kids.
It's finished, Mark. It's finished because remember, he cheated, bred the thing, then went back and bred her again. That remember when we first covered it, and I said, "Blood, clearly you want to be with the other thing," and then you went back and bred. You finished, man. You better off just offer her like 10 million, hope she takes it, man.
And she come up still. She come up. You know, and they're like, they were hoping he could work through it. Once, I get it, but twice, nah, man. Nah.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, you think I'm?" She goes, "Oh, you think I'm a new fool?" Aye, watch this, big man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And in that article, if you carry on reading, they break down the expenses of what everything's for. But once you put yourself in that, like I said, once you're in that position, again, if you know, yo, I can't stay disciplined, which for me, Stephen, we've been talking about this a lot on WhatsApp, but that's the greatest thing that a man can have, you know, is sexual discipline. Like, that's the facts. Like, the reality is, all the songs where man are talking about being a gallus and all this, it's actually the opposite, you know. Now, I was watching Eddie Abu, and my man was saying that everything that the government have taught you about food is wrong. Like, it's completely the opposite. If they say don't do something, do it. And that's the same, Stephen, when it comes to women and being, you know, in relationships and stuff. Most of what we know and have been taught is all wrong. It's actually the opposite. Like, your power ain't in being a gallus. Your power is actually in not being a gallus, you know.
To be honest, that's obviously a lot in our direct Jamaican culture, unfortunately, and in the black community as well. Not all of us, but definitely us Jamaicans and a few pockets of others here and there. And it's nonsense, man.
Yeah, man. Your power's actually in being disciplined and staying away. Because look, this is our second story on Unfiltered today. People hit the like button. The first story, all about a man's downfall, based on whether he's guilty or not. He put himself in that position. He said, if he's innocent, he put himself in that position. Why?
Everybody wants zoom in the
no discipline. Zoom. No discipline. This other brother, who we talking about now, this Kyle Walker guy, what's his downfall? Can't keep it in it. All these brothers, most of their downfall is about them not being disciplined.
Yo, not for only I got slide, you know, and you know what's and it's not gonna be Babylon or the food or nothing. You got dead over catches, you know.
Yeah, man. They will, Stephen. Enough of them won't be able to stay disciplined to avoid these issues.
Mark, let me just slide to the side. Yeah, slide to the left. Slide to the right. Take it back now, y'all. Crisscross. Anyway, me a cha-cha slide. But me I talk about, there's another case we briefly were speaking on it before we jumped on. We're talking in the States, that nastiness, that OnlyFans crew. One of them geezers, what name? Gucci Third Leg. Apparently running around giving girl herpes and all that, man.
I seen it.
Nastiness, man. And what's that again? Because you definitely couldn't control yourself when you took it to another dimension where, let me get paid for my sinning.
I seen that story. You know what that is with you know what it is with that situation there. So it's like, if it's the porn industry, yeah. This is what I watched on Flacco, mind you. Or it could have been Twitter or one of them. Let's say it's the porn industry. That's an industry, Stephen. It's a bit, as much as a man might disagree with it, whatever, it's a business, isn't it? So, with that being said, they have doctors and stuff, you know, that test the people that are in that. But you know, with OnlyFans, Stephen, it's just DMs.
Because remember,
Like-
so I mentioned, oh, do you want to collab and all of that?
Yeah, you want to collab? And then man would just link them. So allegedly, my man's infected a bag again. But I'm not shocked because there's no governing body on OnlyFans. And this is another thing. What happens is people are like, yo, I'm going to do OnlyFans. And they think to themselves, I'm just going to jump on and take pictures. Then you start taking pictures and you got perverts who'll say, I want more than that. I don't want a picture. I want to see you do this. I want to see a video of you doing this. Now you do that. Then the next one might say, I'll pay you this if I see you doing that. Now you might do that. Then the next brother comes through and say, yo, I'll pay you this if you go on video and do this. Now you're looking for a man who can get on camera with you. You shout that man, you jump on camera. You don't know if that man's clean. Because both of you have poor decision making in the first place, that you've became a sex worker for money anyway. So now the decision making alone is scary because now you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing. and that's what ends up happening. So that story for me is not shocking at all.
Yeah, the world's there. Yeah, come on, come on, man. Like even that, I'm saying that's another lack of accountability. I can't feel sorry for you, Mark. And I was watching a video before we come on, and here this idiot boy. You know what his defense was? No, I don't have that kind of H herpes. I tested positive for this type of herpes last year. So instead of A, you have B. Them man, you have blood classic. Them people you are sick now, ass clear, man. And I know there's no governing body when they're doing these amateurs, OnlyFans, all this nastiness, but common sense would say, all right, we're going to message and link. All right, before we shoot, let's go get tested together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
But all uno just want all them thing there and swap around all kind of nasty juices, man. But people just need to learn control, man. Like, this is 2 weeks on the track we're talking about. Men losing it all, man. Man's greatest downfall will always be his inability to control his sexual desires.
That's a fact.
And that's a quote by me. I wrote that.
And it's a fact. It's a fact too. It's an absolute fact. A brother will always lose when he can't control himself sexually. That's what I'm saying. That's an absolute fact. So, yeah, man. I don't think we got too much to say this week, folks.
Come on, man. We blasted through, man. Time flies when you're having fun as always, man.
Yeah, man. People, do not forget, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. People, if you are not already, head over to the Clips channel and get involved, man. That's it, people. Patreon crew, big up yourself. That's it. What are you saying, Steve?
It's the greatest show on earth, man. Speaking of sexual desires, tell your girlfriend I'll check her later, man. We're gone, man.
That's it, folks. We out of here.
Gang.